This is the NFL on EA Sports, and football has returned to America's finest city, San Diego, California. Straight ahead, a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Chargers of San Diego. On the visitor's sideline, Steeler head coach Mike Tomlin. His guys have played well in their 2 playoff wins, but they've got a tall task here on Championship Sunday. Across from him, Charger head coach Jim Harbaugh. His guys earned the right to host this game, and now just 1 win away from solidifying their spot as the best team in the conference. The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They're led out by a former national champion at Ohio State, standing 6'4". It's Will Howard.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And some room to roll now. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him now. A great start to this AFC title game. And the slot man goes in motion left. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. So much for being intimidated on the road in the playoffs, right? That was a pretty clinical drive right there.
Yeah, they seem to come out with the attitude of, we don't deal with pressure. We create it on the other team, just took it right down the field and stuffed it in the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Chargers, nothing.
The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And the capper, a 19-yard touchdown run. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Judd.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
This 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Again, it's Hampton. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Out of the gun, Herbert. Over the middle, complete. It's Hampton. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So a decent game there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Justin Herbert looking to pass. That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here.
19 yards on the play. Brings up 2nd down at the 47-yard line.
Herbert going to give to Hampton. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's spot it right in midfield at the 50. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Ready? Run! First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the 50, here's Herbert. Now he'll tuck this and run. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gives him a first down.
This guy's proven himself to be one of the best in the NFL. He brings an added dimension to their offense with the ability to read defenses and know when he's able to pull it down and take off and go.
On first down, hits Hampton. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll work inside here, Hampton. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, Brandon, obviously they're panicking now. They gave up the touchdown. You know, their defensive side did that. But he's already taken them back downfield. I love this field general that they've got. It's almost like he went to the defensive captain and said, don't worry about it. We got you. Now we got 1st and goal.
And we're seeing punch, counter punch. And this could be setting the table for quite the game.
I like that. Let's go and put in the boxing ring, right? You're going to get hit sometimes. Can you respond and hit back? And they're trying to do exactly that.
Touchdown, Chargers! Hampton, 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, just a little bit more.
So for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Decent return out to the 27-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays, then also found the end zone. Now, they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Howard. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Makes it 3rd.
They go with the keeper. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th.
Well, that wound up backfiring. Instead of handing it to your workhorse fullback or running back, they went quarterback sneak, and now they have to punt it away.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
Fair catch.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So out come the Chargers. That last drive. Run, pass, run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. That one complete to McConkey. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
13 yards on the play. And the Chargers.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. To the left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Up the middle, it's Hampton. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now it's Herbert. This one finds McConkey. And they're going to have themselves another 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Hampton. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. From the 35 now, here's a 1st and 10. On the give, this is Hampton. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get going anywhere? He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
A pretty big play now in this AFC Championship. 3rd and goal. Hampton going to try to punch it in. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Well, a close game like touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They got to get going.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
A gain of 16 yards.
Looking to throw. Howard. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The Steelers send out their punter now. as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken at the 18. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Chargers getting set to go. Last time it stalled out, they were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
The Chargers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Back to Hampton on 1st down. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, but that's all they needed to move the sticks.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Herbert. Now he's going to step up and run. And Herbert going to slide to his stop, and he has a 1st down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Give here to Hampton. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 53 yards on the ground in this first half with a Super Bowl berth on the line.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
AFC title game, 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to play. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A run once more with Hampton. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Steelers' 17-yard line.
Herbert just beat the play clock. Open man right side, that's McConkey. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Set.
A run, here's Hampton. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
2nd and goal.
Out of the gun, they'll run with Hampton. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
He was brought down at the 40.
The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Herbert now. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Len McConkey from 3 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
the timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it's a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Third down attack on the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Oh, able to avoid him. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's Howard operating from the gun. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. That one behind his receiver and incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And they will take over first and 10. And the Chargers coming out on the field now. 2-score lead already. They may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Let's go, let's go. Set. Lion.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Here's Herbert. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Under pressure, they got him again. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. So these two teams off to their locker rooms for intermission, and that means we go to Orlando. Here's Scott Hansen with our halftime report. Scott?
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. And they've got the lead. Was at halftime.
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times.
Now the ball comes loose, and they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. His throw incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people make him.
And the ball is knocked out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. Room here to run. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Well, CD, that's one of those plays you put a mark by. I mean, that could be a big momentum swing here in the opening drive of the third quarter.
Yeah, we may have to revisit it, right? Because if that drive ends up in the end zone, they're sitting pretty at that point. Now, instead, it's a two-score game that has a chance to tighten up considerably.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they... points.
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Chargers 30-yard line.
On second down, they'll run it here. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14.
Steelers 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
Set.
They'll start it out with a run by Hampton. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
Incomplete. Set. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Herbert throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, Herbert. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 36.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line. Set, go.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Now 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and
Looking to throw. Herbert. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
first and goal at the 8-yard line.
Of course,
course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers had 6 to their lead.
Nothing like understand where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Point try now from Dicker. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
He's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. 2nd down and 6 now from the 26. Back to throw. Howard. He'll be dropped at the 30. The first broken tackle couldn't bust him free.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And that will be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Chargers ready to take over. Last time out for this offense, Charles, if you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Lion.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
At the 46-yard line.
Cap.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 28. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Chargers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Here's a give up the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, some nice running right there. That's what got them the 1st down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
Ready, run! Set. Ready, run! Run!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. They go I formation, fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage. And on the touchdown.
Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And a 9-yard run on the end of it. And able to get this out to the 25. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd and 6.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
He's tackled at the 30.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First down.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now here on EA Sports. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. 2nd and 9 now. Now he's going to step up and run. And he will slide down with the 1st down for the moment, but a penalty flag on the field. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Howard. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth. And all the down to the 10-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 51 yards. Back to throw now on first down. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. 2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7. Operating from the gun. Howard. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
6 yards to go.
Back to throw. Howard. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And the Chargers offense back out and ready to go. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus. Time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Get this one across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
380, run! 380, run!
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down.
380, run! Ready!
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And not much room to speak of. We'll get about 3 up to the 41.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6.
Lion. Go.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
380, run!
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
At the 49-yard line.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Looking to throw. Herbert. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 23. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Run!
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It's now 3rd and 8.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And here's a handoff out of the gun. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A good gain there on 3rd and 8 of 7 yards, and now a decision here on 4th and 1. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Set. Ready. Run.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. That flag, that'll push him back 5. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now, this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation, because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Here comes 2nd down and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 44-yard line.
Back to throw. Howard. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
First down. It's a gain of 17 yards.
And with just over 40 seconds now remaining, he gets up and spikes it. A little more than 40 seconds to play. Now 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Set. Let's go.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. With this win and an AFC championship, they have reached the most hallowed ground in all of sports.
That means they are the best in their conference. What an incredible feeling for this team to go through the entire season and come out on top and now go to the Super Bowl for the right to be called world champion.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.